When it comes to writing the time, are you confused from AM to PM? Well, don't worry any longer, because in this video, I'll explain all of the rules when it comes to writing the time. I'm Jack from Proof. Here are the main things you should consider whenever you're writing the time in your work. Words or numerals. You can write the time as either words or numerals. We can write, she gets up at 6 in the morning every day in any of the following three ways. You should only ever write the time as words if you are using it as part of a sentence, especially in literary or descriptive writing, using the 12-hour clock, or you're referring to an approximate rounded time. In most cases, numerals are the clearer option for communicating the time, particularly in scientific and technical writing where clarity is vital. AM and PM. When writing the time as numerals, you can use the abbreviations AM and PM. We can use AM and PM to indicate the time of day whenever we're writing using the 12-hour clock format. 3 in the afternoon would be 03:00 PM, whereas on the 24-hour clock, 15:00. O'clock means of the clock, so we can use it to show that a number is referring to the time. Be careful to only use o'clock with exact hours. Let's look at an example. It's perfectly correct to say it is precisely 5 o'clock. It isn't correct, however, to say it arrived at 7:34 o'clock. After, past, and to. You can combine these words with half and quarter depending on the time you're trying to communicate. You can use after or past for intervals up to half an hour past the hour. Use to for any interval after half an hour up to the hour. Use half past to indicate 30 minutes past the hour. Use quarter past or quarter after for 15 minutes after the hour. Use quarter to for 15 minutes up to the hour. Punctuating the time. When writing the time as numerals, you can use either a colon or a period between the hours and minutes. In some cases, such as the military, you can write out the 24-hour time without any punctuation. The colon is the most commonly used option. The period, perfectly acceptable. If, however, you're in the military, I suggest you just stick to protocol. Time zones. By including a time zone when you write the time, you help people in other places to translate the time into their own time zone. The initials UTC stand for Coordinated Universal Time. This can be really useful in such an example. The live broadcast will begin at 9 PM UTC. Someone in Bolivia could then look up the difference between UTC and BOT, Bolivia time, and know that the broadcast begins at 5 PM where they are. So, if you're writing for an international audience, use a time zone marker for clarity. Avoiding redundancy. Let's look at a few clear examples of redundancies to make sure you avoid them. The event ends at 17:00 PM is redundant. We can instead write the event ends at 17:00. We leave at 6 AM in the morning is redundant. Instead, we leave at 6 AM. Now you have some clarity for writing the time. If you're still unsure, check out the resources that I've linked in the description, and as always, ask any questions you have in the comments. You're writing Proof.